today we're going to make some lobster stock. Alright, so we're going to industrial size. We're going to go roughly about 10 pounds of lobster bones that have been roasted off, hard roast. In the kind they go. Alright. In they go. We have about 5 pounds of mirepoix, plus we also added some fennel to it. Okay, in it goes. We have 4 liters of vino. In it goes. Okay, so we're going to let that reduce all the way down. We're going to sweat off all the alcohol, and we're going to come back for part 2. Okay, so we are going to the second part of this. So we have the lobster here. We cooked out the alcohol. It's reduced by 1/3. Now we're going to do the fun part.
Cool.
I got 2 cups of brandy. Okay, brandy in. Okay, this is where it gets dangerous. I don't have a lighter. Who's got a lighter? Okay.
Bugger.
I'm gonna pause that for a second. That wasn't as dramatic as I was hoping for.
We still got the good stuff in it.
Okay, so at this point here, we're gonna go crushed tomatoes. About 1 can. Obviously, if you wanted to go fresh tomato, that would be better, but canned tomatoes are just fine. Then we go aromatics. We're gonna have some. We got pepper, we got fennel, coriander, chili flakes, some mustard seed. They go in. All right, 2 bunches of fresh parsley. Here it goes. Okay. And we're gonna have 16 liters of water. But if you want a really flavorful lobster stock, try to get yourself a fish stock. Okay, so we're gonna let this simmer for about an hour, hour to a half. We're gonna strain it out, and that will be a beautiful lobster stock. Okay, all right. Today we are going to make the beautiful lobster bisque. Okay, so obviously I'm gonna do a smaller size. I'm gonna do about a 5-liter soup. We actually started it earlier on, so right here we have about a 16-liter soup that's actually in its final stages. But I'm gonna show you how we got there. Okay, so I'm going to give out a cup of butter, 250 mils roughly. At this point in making the bisque, you can actually start adding your fat, which is going to balance out the acidity of the wine and the tomato. Okay, we're going to go about 6 to 7 shallots here, about a liter's worth, and we're going to go about 2 tomatoes. Okay. So we're going to let that go in here. So essentially what we're doing here too is we want to mimic the stock. So we're going to take the exact same ingredients essentially, but we're going to add some more aromatics to it to add a little more complexity. We took that stock from yesterday, was roughly about 16, 17 liters, and we reduced it in half to about 8 liters. Okay. Also, we're going to throw in some thyme. Couple orange peels, so they actually give a really nice flavor. You don't want to put too much. And we're going to add a little sachet with some spices. We put them in the sachet this time because all this is going to get pureed up. It's going to add to the thickness of the soup. This is beautiful. Okay, from this point, I'm going to add 2 cups of dry vermouth. Right, at this point we have the liquid, the wine is reduced down by 1/3. Again, it's just kind of glazing everything. Looking beautiful. Okay. And so again, about 4 liters of lobster stock. It's gonna all fit in there. Okay. And like I said, I'm gonna add about 1.5 cups of chicken stock. Again, the chicken stock is gonna help balance out the lobster stock, which is a little bit sweet. I maybe added a little bit too much vegetable. So the lobster stock is going to even out, balance out the sweetness of the soup. Okay. So I added about 2 cups of 35% cream. I cooked it out, I reduced it just a touch, and now we're just going to puree it. I just want to make sure I take out the little spice bag. Again, that just had coriander, fennel seeds, black peppercorn, some mustard seeds, and then we go from there. Very simple. On it goes, high-speed blender. Start it off nice and slow, of course. Okay, I'm gonna puree all this, and then we'll come back and we'll thicken it up, and we'll finish off this soup. Take a look there. I got a nice little roll here. So I made a little slurry with some potato starch. Obviously, traditionally we would use flour and butter roux, but this is 2020, so we do things a little bit differently. Okay, so here it goes.
Well,
you kind of treat it like a slurry, like a cornstarch. Okay. I'm gonna let that go. Turn up the heat. All right, and that's gonna thicken up. Okay, we have really nice consistency. Color's great. Okay, we'll go to 8 ounces, maybe a touch more, just to the nice. Okay. I'm gonna finish, drizzle a little chili oil. Alright. I have a little amaretto chantilly. Gonna go right there. And then we have some croutons. Gonna finish up, just give it a little texture, of course, in the soup. And that is it. Okay, lid it up. It's gonna go to the guests. So there you go. We have a soup that's got a very nice balance of salty, sweet, fat, and acid, and it's great for wintertime.